Hi guys, welcome back to Beauty Within. It's our home edition. Last week we did our exciting product finds, new additions that we've been testing. And this week we're going to dabble into what Rowena's been trying out.
For my dry, dehydrated, sometimes combo skin. So last week was all about Felicia's acne prone, combo,
Oily.
everything, that side of the skin. So now we're venturing to the other side of the spectrum where we're going to be going over more like creamy, brightening, and hydrating products. Because I think for me, one of the main skin concerns aside from dry dehydration is the fact that I have a lot of freckles. I don't know if you guys can see right now. And when we were younger, it didn't take much to lighten them. But now that we're a little older and our skin's collagen production and everything has slowly started to diminish and deteriorate, dwindle, all of that's slowing down. So gonna help it a bit with some skincare. And let's just get started with the first step of our skincare routine, which is cleansing. So the first thing that we have is the Korres Foaming Cream Cleanser with Greek yogurt. So there's pre and probiotic. And this cleanser is a very gentle cream to foam cleanser that just lathers so beautifully, and it's super soothing, super gentle. It does take off makeup really well. I haven't tried with makeup yet because I like using this in the morning, but I've read a lot of reviews that said you can use it on your makeup and it won't sting your eyes, which I feel like a lot of cleansers do. So I love using this in the morning because it's super gentle, hydrating, moisturizing, nourishing, and it doesn't strip the skin. This can also be used at night. So this really is like an anytime cleanser. And then within the ingredients, there's Greek yogurt, which delivers a soothing super dose of pre and probiotics, which we know is really good for our skin because there is a little colony of bacteria and all these good little beings on our faces and all over our bodies.
Well, it just works together with your skin's natural microbiome, and it's just like there to really act as a shield to keep it all happy, feed the good bacteria so that your skin works with you. And I really love the Greek yogurt because like you can actually just use yogurt as a DIY mask, and it has all the nutritional benefits that are really great for glowing skin. It's kind of like honey. You know how like honey mask, yogurt mask, great.
It's just very soothing and calming and hydrating. Everything you're looking for in a cleanser, you have it in here. Moving on to pineapple exfoliating powder. This is from Good Molecules. This is like the Tatcha rice exfoliating powder. It's the same as the Dermalogica has one. So out of all the exfoliating powders I personally tried, we've talked about this in like our really old, not really old, maybe from like 2 years ago, where we compared all of them. Yeah, the Tatcha, the Suisai, and the Dermalogica. Out of all of them, the Suisai was the finest grain, and it turned into like, it lathered the most beautifully into this like very like milky foam that you don't feel any of the granules. For the Tatcha, you still feel some. For the Dermalogica, it's even more coarse. I personally like the Suisai the most. And here comes the pineapple exfoliating powder. So I would say this sits in between because the base of this really turns into that like very beautiful, silky foam. But then there are larger granules in there as well. That's more like Tatcha. That's a little bit rougher. But I feel like if you take everything into consideration, this is a $16 thing for this huge thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like so much of it.
There's so much product in here. You can use this for like half a year probably. So for this specific one, it has both chemical and physical exfoliating properties. There's also calamine powder and allantoin to help soothe and calm skin while you exfoliate. And it helps to gently loosen dead skin cells. There's also the 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. So for this, it says you can use up to 4 times a week, but it also says you can use it daily on their website. So I'm not really sure, but I think with chemical exfoliants, especially if there's a little bit of a physical component to it, it's best to use sparingly. Like I wouldn't use this every single day.
But does this one completely turn into a foam like some of them, or it's still got that residual like?
I would say at least like 80% turns into that foam, but then there is still granules that I think it's a bit larger than even Tatcha.
I think this one would be really great if you guys have never tried like the powder form of a cleanser where it's just completely dry and then you add your own water and then it kind of emulsifies, because I personally really love the green tea one from Wish Trend, and that one is also very fine. So yeah, if you guys like, this is the perfect entry, I think, because it's $16. Like the Tatcha and Dermalogica are pretty expensive.
Like 40, 60, even more expensive, yeah. Next we have the Pure Lotus Jeju Lotus Leaf Brightening Serum. This was in Peach and Lily's 2019 Best of K-Beauty Awards, and it is beautiful. It is so beautiful and luxurious, and it smells divine. So Jeju Island is known as the Hawaii of Korea, and this serum has a lot of white lotus leaf extract and niacinamide, along with camellia, aloe, and a bunch of root extracts to help reverse dark spots, including acne and melasma. So this serum is jam-packed with antioxidants as well as brightening ingredients, so it really does help reversing free radical damage. It's super nourishing, and it's the overall brightening of the complexion, or like the radiance. So because for these products we just started using for the past 2 weeks, we will check back in with you guys in an updated skincare routine, and if it's still in there, you will know that it's doing a great job. So stay tuned. Keep tuned for that. English is so hard. Next, we have this Make Prem Lifting Me Liposome Firming Serum. This is more for firming and anti-aging. So liposome, I feel, is just a fancier way of saying encapsulation, but it really just what it is. It surrounds something, and in this case it's the ingredients in this product, and helps it to penetrate the skin better. So this specific serum uses this and applies their phytoactive collection of ingredients. So the phyto complex specifically targets skin elasticity, moisture barrier, and firmness, which I feel like is the trifecta of having plump
skincare.
Yes, youthful looking skin.
It's like everything you want in all products in a bottle.
The consistency, I would say, is like between a gel and a cream.
So it's like quite a thicker serum.
Yeah, it's very thick.
So can you use this like multitask? Like, can you just use it as a moisturizer?
So I feel like you could use this as a moisturizer on its own, especially if you have more like oily combo skin. Or you can layer 2 to 3 layers of this to be used as a moisturizing cream.
Ah, so it's like multifunctional depending on your skin type. Nice.
And I feel like, as with all Make Prem products, they have a very consistency with all of their products. Like, it can be thicker, it can be heavier, but it just blends so beautifully and absorbs really quickly into your skin. And I do feel like their packaging is very simple.
And the cool thing is you can get this at Target.
You can get this at Target?
Yeah, like you can get the Make Prem products from Target, I think.
Ooh. The more you know. Okay, so that's the serum, and I feel like if your skin is very parched like mine, it's great to pair these two together. But I feel like if you're just looking for something to help plump your skin as a serum, I think this on its own can work. But for me, because I do have very dry, parched skin that's showing signs of aging just a little, this uses the same technology, I guess, the Liposome encapsulation technology as the serum. Look at that. It's really thick.
So like, what's the difference between that and the water cream?
The Make Prem Micro Tension Cream?
Yeah, because we talk about that one all the time.
It's at least like 3 times thicker.
Oh.
This firming cream is like actually firming cream. It reminds me more of Fresh's Creme Asian, the soft cream.
That's like anti-aging.
These two together, especially the cream, is for sure anti-aging.
Yeah, only because like if you are looking for something more dense or anti-aging, it doesn't have to say anti-aging. That just means that it's more thicker and richer.
Yes. And in here there is macadamia seed oil, niacinamide, camellia flower extract, root flower extracts, panthenol, ceramides, centella asiatica, olive oil, sodium hyaluronate, essential oils, lavender, orange peel, all of that. So this is very, very, very thick. And I would say this is best used at night. You can probably get away with using this during the daytime when it's winter and very cold out.
I think if you're like severely dry and flaky and or like mature skin, then this would be right up your alley.
Yep, that's that. Moving on to Korres Brightening Absolute Oil. Ding! So this is so beautiful. There are actual rose petals in there. The oil itself, it's like a clear translucent color. This reminds me of the serum that we talked about last week, the vitamin C face oil, this one.
Oh, yeah.
And also the Biossance as well, because it's just a vitamin C oil. So it's a multitasking facial oil that is for brightening. There's vitamin C to help brighten the skin, and just oils in general really help trap in all that moisture and nourish your skin. The vitamin C that's used in here is ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate. It's the fourth ingredient, and this is an oil-soluble derivative for vitamin C that can be used in higher concentrations without any drawbacks. And the good thing is that it's a very, very stable form of vitamin C, but when you compare it to pure L-ascorbic acid, you can't really, it's not the most comparable comparison. There's also the rose petals, like the real rose petals, as well as omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids, vitamin A, and the C that we mentioned to help really like brighten up and lighten up your skin, while at the same time like really providing that like nourishment.
And remember to get your omega-3, 6, 9s from your foods.
Even more important than putting on your skin.
That is where we get true glowing skin, my friend.
Yes, your nuts and your salmon and avo.
So is this like really quick drying or like more thick?
This is, I would say this is pretty quick drying. I think oils that I like using these days are all very quick drying.
So then like, would you rather this one or the Biossance?
I would say I would choose this one over the Biossance. Unless you really, really, really love squalane and you just want that with vitamin C, then I feel like you should get that and just continue using that. But I feel like for the price, I think the Biossance is like $78. It's really expensive. I would say try something like this first, or even if not this. I haven't tried the Naturium one yet, but if you guys want to try, how much is the Naturium one?
It's only 20 to 25.
This one is 54. So I would say, as with any product, try the lower price point ones. And if you find that your skin works well with it and really loves it, you can try samples of the more expensive ones before investing in them. Because sometimes you might get something and your skin's just like, I don't like you.
And I also feel like with these really well-researched ingredients like vitamin C, you actually don't need to spend a lot on it, because what you get, like the benefits of it in your more affordable price points, are just as effective. COSRX Hydrogen. Oh, this is the mask.
Yes, this is the Hydrogel very simple pack. Basically, there's like a lot of, I first just thought, I don't even know what I thought was in here. I was just like, oh, hydrogel, it's gonna be very hydrating. But when I looked into the ingredients, there's actually a lot of ingredients that are good for your skin. There's centella asiatica extract, there's grapefruit seed extract, there's a lot of like leaf and stem extract, there's willow bark and bergamot. This mask is really good for cooling your skin, and then when you cool down your skin, it also helps reduce redness. It's also very soothing and hydrating, calming, refreshing, everything that you would want in a pack like this. And I would say this is your very typical gel, hydrogel sheet mask. You know, like it's that same material, but
it's
just
like
yeah, it just sticks onto your skin, and then it just comes in little pads instead of like an actual sheet mask. Oh my god, it is my favorite because it just goes onto your skin and it just stays there. It doesn't move anywhere, it doesn't travel. It's very well behaved.
There's still like evaporation that happens, and sometimes when you peel it off, it's already dry. But with these hydrogels, it's like it's so locked in there, I feel like, safe and sound.
When you put it on, you can see if there are air bubbles, and then you just slowly like gently move it so that there's nothing on your face that's untouched by this gel. So what I've been doing with this is every morning I would just put 2 on my cheeks, and then I'll rip one in half, put one down here on my chin, and then put the other half. So it's kind of like a half moon down here and then a half moon up here to just hydrate skin. It's just like little things that you do can make such a big difference. I just find that my skin, especially my cheeks, are just glowing for the rest of the day.
I guess it's like not as much of a commitment, or maybe sometimes even a mess like a full-on sheet mask can be.
And this is good for targeting specific like dry spots. So let's say if like there's a spot on your cheek, or if there's somewhere that you just need extra hydration, you don't need to use like 3 at once. You can just use 1, and you can even use it on your neck or like on different parts of your body. So this is very, very multi-functional. So what I like doing is washing my face, or if it's in the morning, sometimes I'll just like wash with water, put on toner, and then I'll put this on, and then take this off, pat it in, and then moisturizer, SPF. Okay, the very last one, this is just a fun one. This is the Tatcha.
Tatcha.
This is the Tatcha Kissu lip mask. Tatcha Kissu lip mask. So this is just, I've had this for I feel like a month now, or maybe even more than a month, and I just haven't used it. But I used it a few nights ago, and it is glorious.
Wow, you have self-restraint, my friend, because as soon as I got it, I'm like, yo, give me that. It's like jelly.
I love how it's glossy without it being sticky and tacky, you know? I do find that it doesn't last the whole night, or maybe I just move around so much when I sleep that it gets wiped off.
No, it's true. The lasting of it is not that much.
But I will say I like this a lot more than the Laneige sleeping mask. That's just one thing that I've never been able to get into. I feel like my body and my lips especially are always so chapped and so dry that it needs something that's like super, super, super nourishing. And I find that the Tatcha is more nourishing than the Laneige. The Laneige, I've never been able to use it, but you really like it.
I just don't really use a lot of lip masks. Yeah, so I'm kind of like meh about the Laneige as well, except for the fact that they have a grapefruit flavor, which I'm down for.
And there's also Japanese camellia oil, which they're known for, their cleanser, and it helps to seal in moisture with vitamins A, B, D, E, and nourishing omegas 3, 6, 9.
The only downside I feel like for this is that it's quite expensive. Like $28.
It's pretty small and it's really expensive.
If you're a fan of lip products and you like the luxury of it, then of course, like, we love this, but it's not, you know, necessary. And nice just to like sit on my desk and I just look at it and I'm like, it's time to give my lips some TLC.
All right, so all of these products have been recent finds that I have been very, very, very into. And as we said in last video with Fel, if you have products lying around at home, this is the time to play around, to try to see and experiment. Whether you get these or not, whether you are interested in these or not, yeah, just first play with what you have, and then see what you need, and then only get what you feel like your skin really, really needs, or what's lacking already in your arsenal, or your arsenal? I don't even know.
No, I feel like right now is the best time to really get, like, products aside, get to know your skin, like really read it, because I only think now is the perfect time for that. You wake up and you're like, what is it feeling? What is this area that wasn't there last night? What pairs well with it? And then throughout the day, at night, am I feeling more dehydrated? What should I use then? Like, this is the process that we should all be honing in on. And then finding the complementary products to work in with that. So those are Rowena's new and exciting finds. We're always like on the hunt and we just constantly get sent a lot of things. So we want to try it out for you guys, give you guys, you know, updated suggestions if you are in need. But obviously we have like many other videos on our staples, the things that we always go towards. If you have oily skin, we also have another one that I did last week, and we hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know your thoughts, if there's anything you want us to try out on your behalf or anything like that.
And let us know what you guys think of this format. I don't think there's much that we can do given the current circumstances, but let us know what you think of this format and if there's anything we can do to improve to make the experience a little better, or if you guys are okay with it as is.
Alrighties, see you in the next one. Bye!